I'd love to introduce myself. I'm Andrea and I'm from the School for Social Entrepreneurs, or SSE for short. I'll be facilitating the forthcoming Accelerating Women's Enterprise programme, and I'm here right now just to tell you a little bit about this programme and why it might be for you, especially if you're curious to know more but aren't even sure right now what a social enterprise is. And I'm happy to tell you straight off the bat. So a social enterprise is an organisational type that prioritises social or environmental impact over, say, making money or profit like traditional businesses, the majority of businesses. But there are over 100,000 social enterprises in the UK, and they contribute 64 billion to the UK economy. So it's not to say that profit is a dirty word, far from it, but it's the making of social or environmental impact, which is what gets the social entrepreneur out of bed in the morning. Social entrepreneurs aim to tackle a myriad of social issues that are out there in our communities, and they do it through business. As an entrepreneur, they're responsible for their own funding, for generating profits that they can redistribute back into their mission. And this creates a more sustainable income for themselves to deliver on their impact. The only other thing to say, social entrepreneurs usually have some personal experience of the social issue they aim to tackle. Maybe it's lived experience, or they've volunteered or learned it in a professional capacity. So they have a rough idea of what's not working, and in the early stages, they will probably have some ideas about how to solve those challenges. What we do as a support organisation is coach the social entrepreneur or the aspiring social entrepreneur to test various assumptions that they'll have made around those ideas in order to design and build the most robust, innovative and creative solutions to those societal problems, or the problems that they've identified in the system or the sector that they operate. In short, a social enterprise is this little sweet spot in the middle here, right between charity and business. And we'll tell you a lot more about this on the programme if you're keen to hear more. Just so that you are introduced to the School for Social Entrepreneurs for a moment, it's important to let you know that as an organisation, we're dedicated to supporting people from all walks of life to make a difference in their communities through business. We've helped thousands of passionate people bring their ideas to life whilst making a positive impact for people, the planet and the places that they live. So we are bringing together this programme, Accelerating Women's Enterprise, or AWE, or for short. It's a project to help women increase their skills and develop their business ideas and knowledge. What this means in practice is that we are offering workshops, face-to-face advice and guidance, as well as mentoring and online learning, so that you can explore the thing you were perhaps meant to be doing whilst making a tangible impact. And it's important that I do stress that this is all fully funded, so it comes at free cost to you. As a facilitator, I always think it's useful for you to know who's going to be training you. So you should know I spent the first 8 years of my career working in an industry I fought really hard to get into, to work in. But once I got into it, I quickly grew frustrated, mostly by the gender inequality and huge pay gap between the sexes, but also by the role itself. I was selling advertising and working in mainstream media, and it felt like I was selling things to people that they probably didn't need. And it didn't sit particularly well with me. It wasn't helping people or making the world a better place fundamentally, and that didn't match with my values. I then felt pretty trapped in a career that was making me unhappy, and so to climb my way out of that situation, I started volunteering for a non-profit. They were particularly helping short-term offenders imprisoned integrate better into society once their sentences had ended. And this experience completely changed my life. And it led to me then working with young people who wanted to develop their careers in the media. So there was still a connection to what I'd been doing previously. But what was really exciting about this new role is that it was creating more diversity in the industry I used to work in. And through a series of experiences, I then transitioned my career into social enterprise. I'm now the founder of a social enterprise, and I have been running that for 8 years. And I spend a lot of my time training women to explore their career options into social enterprise. So I'm really well placed to run this programme. I'm proud to say in 2019 I won NatWest's Women's Champion Award for my work mentoring women entrepreneurs. So how does Accelerating Women's Enterprise work? Well, the programme runs once a week, every week for 5 weeks for around half a day. It will be on Zoom, so you can show up from the comfort of your own home. or your own space, wherever that might be. And it's important for you to feel you don't need to spend a lot of time traveling in and having to factor that time in. Each session will present some information to you in a very digestible format. There'll be lots of breathing room to process that information and discuss any aspects you want to further. And you can hop on a call with me after the training if you need to. Plus, we'll be popping you in breakout rooms at various times where you'll get to work on individual exercises, maybe learn from and share with peers on the call. And so we can break anything down for you at any point through additional support for you. What's in the programme? The course content will cover the basics of social entrepreneurship, from a basic introduction and overview of the sector to the business model types that might inspire you to see if your ideas could work. If you don't have an idea, that's totally okay. I'll expect a lot of you probably not to, but we will have sessions that get you to explore your passions, your mission, some professional skills that you've already gained, and a potential suitable vocation. Now, even if starting a business isn't right for you, you will get something out of this program in terms of your career choices and what could be for you on the horizon. So think of this as a safe space to explore whatever it is that lights you up and gets you wanting to participate in the world of your community. Okay, so these are some of the things that we'll be looking at over the 5 weeks. The idea being that you'll get a good grounding in the basic concepts, so everything you need to know about running a community business at this stage, and we'll lead you to developing ideas and then getting feedback from the peer group by the end of the programme on any idea that you have developed. Okay, so social entrepreneurs have been supported by the School for Social Entrepreneurs for over 20 years now, and we upskill and support and train about 1,000 leaders every year, and we do this all over the world. So I guess this slide is just to say you're in good hands, really. It does mean, because of the scale of the School for Social Entrepreneurs, we can help you develop your idea beyond the initial stages of this programme. And so if you do have a business idea that you'd like to take further and look at launching, we will have additional sessions called nuts and bolts sessions, which will be in the new year, that you can join on to, where we'll dive deeper into core business topics and the methodology for testing your idea and perhaps running and delivering your first pilot. We also support our students, as we call them, with additional funding and support opportunities through signposting to other programs that we're running, or additional funding partners who might be able to give you an opportunity to apply for one of their programs. We've run this program, AWE, a number of times already, so it's had several iterations, and you will be benefiting from all the great feedback and the inputs from previous participants, and we know it works. It's a really great program, and a good handful or two of women have been through it and are running their businesses now as a result.